No comment on that, Rusty. I believe the evidence, all of the evidence you need, thank you, whoever did that, all of the evidence you need for evolution can be found in retail, and this is how. Since so many of you have worked in retail, you already know there is like this telepathic signal that goes out between the customers at some point to where they all come at once. I think that is evidence of the herding instinct. Now you're thinking about it and you're like, well, that's not always true. There's a couple of them that, kind of linger a little bit. Well, think about it. I mean, any herd that I've ever seen, there's always a couple stragglers. Is that what you were talking about, Rusty? Was that the bit about the herding instinct? And
I'm sorry, I'm deaf in my left ear.
Man, you took a pretty big hit off the Black River there. What was that?
That was stupidity in action.
Dude, you skid like 20 feet.
Oh. What pisses you off?
Everything pisses me off. I don't have pet peeves. I have major psychotic hatreds. I don't know. I used to manage Bookland, like Rusty said before. Now I manage FYE. I sell music. I know nothing about music. Who are the doodlebugs? I don't know. I had a lady come into the store yesterday, and she said, I just don't understand why young people waste their money on music. And I thought, this is what I do for a living.
Thanks, you old hack.
What do you do for a living? Oh, you're a teacher? I can't believe you're wasting my kids' time in school teaching them to read. I got a phone call one time at Bookland. This is obviously a young girl by the sound of her voice, and she was asking for a book by Henry Ive, I-V. And I asked her, I said, are you sure that you're not looking for Henry IV by William Shakespeare? She said, nope, I'm looking for a book by Henry. I'm sorry, we don't have any. Try Barnes & Noble.
That's great.
Have you guys ever noticed that, like, when you work in retail and in customer service, the customers always come up to you and they think you know everything about where you're at. It's like they expect you to know your entire inventory just at the drop of a hat. They'll walk up to you with some, like the doodlebugs. Hello, do you have the doodlebugs? Let me go check my computer. They don't want to hear that. They think you're supposed to know anything and everything. I used to work at Walmart in the electronics department, and probably after this bit I'll never work there again if there's any Walmart managers out there. I used to really like to mess with the customers a lot. One of the biggest things, I feel really kind of bad, kind of guilty, now. A little bit of the guilt is gnawing at me, but this elderly man one time came up to me in Walmart, and it had been just a long day of stupid questions and just everything. And this man comes walking up with an answering machine. It was out of its package. It was obviously a display. And this man had never seen an answering machine in his entire life. Well, I had all this frustration and all this anger built up inside me from the rest of the day. But I didn't want to be really mean. And he walks up to me and he says, oh, son, what is this? And I looked at him, and the demon that my nephew Austin has inherited came out. I said, sir, please be very careful with that. Sir, whatever you do, don't jiggle it. Please, don't drop it either. and then I turned around and ran to the next aisle.
That joke where it's like, if you see anybody running with bomb squad on their back, run. Weren't you telling me your parents were carnies?
Oh, God, you want to get into that, huh? Up here on stage? We worked in fields, man. It's called a midway, not up on stage. Golly, Rusty. Hey, man, tell us about your drinking experiences.
What about it, Rusty?
I know there was only like 3 of them, but I mean...
Mom, is it okay?
What did I say early? He's a man, and he's a lying pig.
I don't drink, so I'm going to talk about Blockbuster. I was in Blockbuster one time, and I'm checking this woman out. She has her 3 children with her, and I hear this little child giggling. He's got the giggle fits. And he's looking at the ice cream. How you get giggle fits with ice cream, I don't know. But I looked over the counter and I'm like, oh, isn't he cute? And he's pissing on the ground. There's just a small puddle of pee-pee surrounding his feet. And I'm like, ma'am, could you take your kid outside? And she's like, oh, I don't want to touch him. I looked at her and I looked at the piss stain and the little bastard, and I walked around the counter and picked him up and held him out at arm's length, and I grabbed his little brothers and sisters and said, someone needs to watch this kid. Come on out, kids. I checked her out. There's not really a finish to that story. She was just an evil, dumb boo-boo.
Nice cover.
Somebody say something funny.
You know, I think the phrase, the customer's always right, has destroyed customer service in America.
Freaking men.
Hallelujah. God bless Josh Chittick. Thank you. I'm glad you're my boss.
High
saying
five.
that. Okay.
High five.
I'm your boss, right?
High five.
That's right.
Get my name right, dude.
Don't forget Rusty.
No, yeah, the customer's always right has ruined customer service in America, because customers will go into a place and make the most absurd requests that they could possibly make and expect you to follow through on it. Come into Bookland and ask for a fishing lure. Yeah, I've got some. No, I don't. Well, do you have any in the back? The back. The magic area where we keep everything that you want. Little clue, there is no back, there's a stock room, nothing's in it.
Yeah, but you know what? Don't sell out the back too much, though. It's a great recovery area, because if you've got a really awful customer you're dealing with, you can be like,
Let me go look in the back.
Yeah, let me go check in the back. I'm not really sure if I've got it in stock or not, but I'll be out just as soon as I can. You can go back there, have a Coke, maybe a beer or something. Just chill, hang with the people back there, looking out, maybe read a book or talk to God or whatever you want to do while you're back there. And then you come out 20 minutes later and the customer's all frustrated, and you can be like, well, ma'am, I'm sorry it took me so long, but I looked everywhere back there. I know I smell like liquor, but I don't know what happened.
We hide liquor bottles in the back with the fishing.
We have everything in the back.
When we're talking about work, Josh, you'd be perfect to instigate this where we work now. I want a beer break. Smokers get smoke breaks. They can go outside. Beer would enhance my customer service. I really
It would enhance your vocabulary. That's
Ooh, boom! That
no.
was funny.
Smoking.
It's the best I could come up with, man.
I've smoked one cigarette in my entire life. I smoked my cigarette in the car, and I thought it was going to be cool. I was smoking in the car, and I had the window down, and I took a drag. And I tried to flick the ash out the window, and the cherry blew back into my ear. And I'm trying to dig it out, and I'm pushing it in further, and I can hear the skin in my ear just, and I'm like, ah! And I almost wrecked the car, my mom's car. Hi, Mom. My mother's here tonight also. Yeah! Love you, Mom. Hope I'm funny.
I want to do one of my favorite phone calls. I was told not to do this bit because it would make the Catholics angry, but I figured I've covered everything else tonight. Black people, Spanish people, religions, women, I don't know. This guy calls up and he goes, do you have any Catholic missiles? Logic. You got to think logically here. And, you know, for those of you that don't know, just like me, a Catholic missal is a prayer book that the Catholics use to, you know, repent. And I believe, I don't know, I haven't really asked a Catholic about this. It's all mystery to me. And I thought to myself, oh God, they've implemented Plan B. Little steeples are opening up all over the United States as nuclear weapons go into pre-launch checklists. We're all gonna die. The Pope comes on the news. We will teach you the true Lord.
You know, when we're talking about sales and retail, one of the biggest things that Josh and I deal with, and Chris out there too, is karaoke is like on fire. I mean, it's karaoke this, karaoke that. One thing that I really wish they had was karaoke for comedians. That'd be just awesome. I mean, you know, the punchlines are already there. It's already crafted. It'll all be finished for you. You just come out here and you could be the Elvis Presley of comedy. I mean, wouldn't that be great?
Elvis died on the toilet, dude.
We should not give that one to the Japanese.
By the way, does anybody here know what Elvis Presley's last words were? A little bit of trivia. Okay, I won't, when his girlfriend told him not to fall asleep on the toilet. The man died on the John.
You shouldn't talk about the king. He's my...
The king of rock and roll.
This is dying
Rusty
quickly.
just pelvic gyrated in my direction.
Hey folks, if you got your cameras or whatever, now's a really great time to get some pictures. It's especially these two guys, they really move around the stage a bit. I feel like I'm on a buffet up here with all these lights and everything. I mean, I was sweating like mad up here. And Rusty, I'm glad I don't have to go back on. You drank all the water. It's your fault, man.
I know.
Seriously, folks, we didn't really have a whole lot planned for this after the deal. It just kind of got thrown together tonight. We wanted to thank you all for coming out. This is a great cause, the American Red Cross. Going to help a lot of wonderful people. I lived down in Louisiana for a couple years. Actually, I went to a monastery down there for 2 years studying to be a Catholic priest. So you could ask me about the missiles, Rusty, but that's okay.
Oh, crap.
And until recently, I wasn't able to get a hold of anyone and find out if the monks and the brothers at the monastery are okay. And I got some word back, and it seems like everything's okay in Covington, Louisiana. And I'm really happy about that. But I spent a few days really wondering and really curious about it. And I just want to let you guys know again, it's a great, great cause. We plan on doing a lot of this. We're talking about bars and clubbing it and everything else. This was kind of our debut tonight, all three of us together, the three amigos, the three musketeers.
Wow, comedy. Seriously, guys, thank you so much for coming out. By the way, this is real quick. Any MySpacers in the house? That's what I am talking about. I've been blogging this for a month. My last comment was like, I leave a little bulletin that says, "Get your ass to my show or I will kill you." And then in the body of the sentence it goes, "If you do not show up and you do not have a valid reason, I will go urban legend on your ace." I will cut your spleen out and leave you in a tub full of ice. And just to top it off, literally, I will leave a duty on your chest. Please come to the show. Anyway, Josh, say something incredibly insightful and beautiful.
Have you ever noticed that if you're at a club or a party and you have to go to the bathroom, the length of the line for the bathroom is directly related to your need to go to the bathroom? If you don't have to go very bad, you get in, get out, no problem. But say you had 3 half-pound bean burritos for lunch, and it's an emergency. You are touching cotton.
Touching cotton. Think it through.
I knew they'd get it after a second.
Playing
Well, that
turtle.
line is going to be around the corner, and you, what's the word? Diuretic?
Diuretic. He was trying
You
to say
might-
diarrheic.
Diuretic.
Diarrheic.
My diuretic friend are at the end of the line.
Gotta go touching cotton.
Yeah, we're all touching cotton up here, guys. Thanks.
Thank you so much for coming out. Have a wonderful